upon their arrival was almost unspeakable.
We are all evil in some form or another. I'm not guilty.
The dead won't bother you. It's the living you gotta worry about.
If I couldn't keep them there with me whole, at least I felt that I could keep their skeletons.
Hello and welcome to the Bad Taste Crime Podcast. I'm Vicky.
I'm also Vicky. Just kidding. I'm Rachel.
Girl, what? Girl, you crazy. You crazy. Why you do that?
Pranked. I got you guys. You should see your faces.
She's been in a very pranky mood.
Pranked.
We were talking about pranks before we started recording. I feel like you have the mood now.
I'm a sprite. Just a sprite.
I feel like I don't necessarily like to prank. I always feel a little too guilty.
See,
I do love a good jump out and scare somebody.
Oh, yeah. And like, I have a big thing with that where like pranks are mean. I don't like mean pranks.
Yeah.
I like very harmless, silly pranks. It just adds so much zest to life.
The last time I did anything like that was coming back into our friend Jess's house. And they have the airlock. They call it the airlock. It's the mud room.
Yeah.
And we were coming back in from smoking a cigarette. And I didn't know it was her, but I heard the doorknob jostling. And I stopped Wandi and I just waited for whoever it was to open the door and went, rah. She was like,
best.
fuck you. And like, punched me in the stomach.
Easy to
I was
scare.
like, oh, totally worth it.
I love her.
Totally
She's so
worth it.
startleable.
Yeah, she is. But it was so I never get an opportunity like that. It was so perfect.
That's what I hate about, I'm bragging for a second. That's what I hate about having such a strong, sexy martial arts husband. I can never
he literally
scare him.
knows karate.
He knows karate and he's like big and like worked construction. He's just a big physical dude.
Yeah.
And I can't scare him. He's so aware of his surroundings. He also like played horror games like his whole life.
Oh, yeah.
So he's just like super observant.
Yeah.
So I think there's been like, we've known each other for, oh my God, a bazillion years. I think I've scared him like maybe 3 times.
I scare myself sometimes.
You know,
let's be real. In the dark, catch a side of myself in the mirror. I'm like,
who is that? Oh my God.
oh my God. All right. On that note, if this is your first time listening, a special hello to you.
Hi.
We are going to head over to the newsroom.
Let's go there.
Unfit to breathe, our food is unfit to eat. We sit watching our TVs while some local newscaster tells us that today we had 15 homicides and 63 violent crimes, as if that's the way it's supposed to be. We know things are bad, worse than bad.
This week, our news comes from the Kansas Reflector.
Oh.
From Topeka, Kansas, specifically.
Topeka.
So there's this guy named Quentin Flanagan.
Cool name.
He was a CPA, a certified public accountant.
Cool.
And he had like family members who were clients at his firm. And then in January 2022, he adds a ranch that he called Middle Finger Ranch to one of his personal banking accounts. And then when he did that, he started an eight-month scheme. Funneling money through checks and wire transfers into the Middle Finger Ranch. He took more than $400,000 from his own family and transferred it to this fake ranch in order to fund the construction of his new home.
Quentin.
Yeah.
That's illegal, Quentin.
Yeah.
I didn't know if you knew that.
Yeah. The family at some point discovered this and he like created fake flow charts and was like blaming other people. But yeah, so he was indicted in June 2024 after the KBI, the Kansas Bureau of Investigation, and the FBI investigated this
Federal
whole
Bureau
scheme.
of Investigation.
Federal Bureau of Investigation, of course.
Female body inspector.
He earlier 2025, he did plead guilty to one count of each wire fraud, bank fraud, and false statements and money laundering.
Wow.
And then just recently, just this past Wednesday, so this would be early December, he was sentenced to 4 years in federal prison.
Wow.
Yeah.
From your own family, dude.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
That's crazy.
And and you can, this is the thing when people are like, oh no, somebody's getting on to me and they start making fake reports.
Yeah.
takes the swindle to a whole other level because that's like,
Yeah.
well, that's your opportunity to come clean.
Right.
Like
Right. Like you can't escalate it.
de-escalate.
Yeah, you got to de-escalate it.
You got to. Oh, I see what
You
you're saying.
can't
Yes. Okay.
escalate it. That's what I was saying. I was agreeing with you.
Yeah, no.
But he went right up the
yeah,
escalator,
it's okay. He's going to prison.
going into the prison escalator.
He's going for fraud though, so
Yeah,
like money laundering.
It won't be like that bad.
He'll probably do 2 years.
Whatever.
To be real,
That
we'll probably do
sucks.
2 years.
That
I know.
pisses me off.
I know.
I think
That's
you
what
should
fraud
have to-
people do.
if you steal from
Did
me,
you hear
you
Jen
should-
Shaw got out?
Yep.
She was supposed to have another like 2 years on her
Yep,
sentence, I think.
that fucking sucks.
yeah. Yeah.
I think if you steal from me, you should have to wash my car forever. Like I think
You should just-
punishments should be more personal.
Butler.
Yeah,
Personal
I really
butler.
do. I really do.
Until it's paid off.
Like, they have like the chain gang and stuff. It's like, no, don't go hit rocks in the desert or whatever. That's boring. Come and, like, we just got a lot of snow. Come shovel my driveway
Oh yeah.
forever. Like, you would
be
never have to
nice.
shovel your driveway again
That's true.
because you would have
That
to
would
add
really
up.
teach people a
Would-
lesson.
That's what I think.
It might be fine the rest of the year, but like for 4 fucking maybe 5 solid months
in
a
winter,
little way,
they're going to be like so miserable, and they're going to be like,
Yeah.
you know what? I could be
I've learned my
warm and
lesson.
cozy if I
I've
didn't
learned
steal
my lesson.
$400,000
Yeah.
from this person. I'd be like, get going.
Exactly.
I'm like
exactly.
drinking a hot cup of cocoa, like in the in, the room
in your
watching
picture
them.
window.
Like, wow, that
Yeah.
looks really frigid out there.
Yeah. Ooh, too
anyway,
hot.
keep going.
Ooh, way too hot.
Oh, got the wrong flavor creamer. Oh man, my life sucks.
Oh my God.
Anyway, back to work.
All right, we're going to move on to Netflix and Kill. This week, we are talking about In the Name of God, A Holy Betrayal.
Ooh,
This is on Netflix.
sounds spooky.
It is a docuseries. I believe there are 2 seasons. I couldn't tell if there were 2 seasons or because, well, let me tell you.
I think I know what you mean though.
Yeah, it's a docuseries. It looks at 4 Korean leaders who claim to be prophets and sort of run cults in Korea,
North Korea or South Korea?
South Korea.
Got it.
And so the first like 4 episodes are all around this organization called JMS.
Okay.
Then they do an episode on 5 Oceans.
Pull it up. Uh-huh.
Wait, I'm sorry. Yeah,
many
5
oceans?
Oceans. It was a company, but it was like a cult.
Yeah.
They do an episode
cult
on
penny.
the baby garden.
Oh.
Did 2 episodes. Let's see. Pastor
water your
Lee
baby
J.
garden.
Rock, Mammon Central Church. They do another 2 episodes on that.
Were they running like an adoption scheme or something like that?
No, they were just fucking cults.
Oh.
Like straight up.
Because when I hear baby garden, I feel like,
Oh, no,
you're,
no,
like,
no.
farming out
It's
babies.
not. I know it sounds like
You
that.
know?
No, it was this woman who started this commune called the Baby Garden.
So weird.
Yeah. Yeah. And if I remember correctly, she was like fucking beating people.
Oh,
So,
cute.
you know.
Okay. So
It
like
is
give it a
lot.
cutesy nickname so
Yeah.
people don't know you're beating people.
I will tell you, obviously it's in Korean, okay?
Got it.
Most of it is in Korean.
I love stuff with subtitles.
I do too.
Okay, yeah, see, I love that.
And I do like stuff
If you can't read, just say that.
because because
kidding.
these are things that I don't necessarily know about from other countries. I
Right.
appreciate that too.
So interesting.
So it was really good.
Yeah.
It is super fucking dark.
Oh.
Like there's a lot of descriptions of abuse and a lot of that and
Yeah.
like suicide.
Oh, yeah.
And
So
I mean,
it
it's like
could
a
definitely be like very triggering.
it's
kind of like goes
fucking
down
dark.
the list of things that would upset people.
Yeah, especially the first 4 episodes about JMS because it was a guy who was like,
Oh, guy in a cult, say no more.
yeah, he was a cult leader who was like, because I'm God, like you
I
can
get
only
to
have sex
bang
with
your wife.
God.
Oh, wow, shocker.
And was like finding young, attractive women to be
Wow.
like, it's fine because I'm God,
I
and
swear
like
they all read
rape
the
women.
same
You know what I'm
book.
saying? Like it's that
Yeah.
kind of level of like fucking really dark shit.
Male listeners, cover your ears. I don't think men are very complex. They all just kind of have similar ideas. You know?
Oh my
Do they all have
God.
the same manual they read
You know
from?
what's interesting though is I feel like although women cult leaders have become more of a thing
Very
in like the
much
last
so.
probably 10
With social
years,
media and stuff, yes.
in Korea it seems to be like a 50-50 split.
Really?
Yes. Yeah.
Oh, that's so interesting.
Yeah, because some of these go back to like have their beginnings in like the 70s, 80s, 90s.
Oh,
You know what I'm
okay.
saying? Like some of these
Yeah.
do. But it seems to me in Korea, it's like a very equal, at least from what they show
Girl power.
here. I know. I'm like, God forbid a woman wants to do anything. God forbid a woman wants to start a cult.
Support women's rights and women's rights. Just kidding.
Yeah. But I would
Oh my
definitely
God.
check it out. It was really, really
Yeah, that sounds
interesting.
really
It was
interesting.
very well put together. A lot of times they have like footage, like
Ooh.
tons of footage from like things inside the cult. They do a lot of interviews. It was very, very interesting.
Cool.
It's called In the Name of God, A Holy Betrayal. It's on Netflix.
Okay.
But just like be in a
Trigger
good
warning.
mental space
Yeah.
before you dive in.
Guys, it is okay to look up stuff on doesthedogdie.com. And it will tell you.
Is that a thing?
That's a thing.
Really?
So I'm very sensitive to, like, if I'm going to watch, like, I watch a lot of horror movies.
Yeah.
And they can kill every adult. But if they kill an animal or a child or baby, I do not like it.
Yeah.
So I look it up on, it's just doesthedogdie.com. And it goes down and it has, like, kind of the most common triggers. Like, is there sexual assault in this? All the way down to, like, does someone get drowned? Does someone get choked? Like more specific triggers. So you can look for everything.
Yeah.
So it really is a useful resource. And it's all, they have like mods, but a lot of it is like crowd funded. Like people will go in and like put their opinion and stuff.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
it's really cool. It really is a good resource. If you have stuff that
Interesting.
you have trouble watching, which is totally fine. We
Yeah.
all do. That is a great and free and
Good
very-
to know.
and very easy to use resource.
Yeah, good to know. I didn't know about that.
I got you.
This is that part of the show where we say content may not be appropriate for our listeners.
It may not.
Mine is actually not like too terrible.
Mine's kind of gross.
Yeah, mine's not. I mean, obviously there's murder, but
Well,
like
yeah.
outside of that, it's like not too terrible, actually.
Mine's got a little sexual assault and it's just kind of gross.
Cool.
Just kinda
Love
gross.
that. Love that. All right. So what are we talking about? I think it is no secret that Rachel and I are millennials.
What?
Repping
I'm
the
like
millennials.
toast Gen Z.
No, you're not. I know you would want to pretend to be and to be hip with it. 6, 7. No, I'm not. We're not going to
7.
do that. We're not going to do that on the show.
Listen.
We're millennials. We don't do that shit. I don't understand it.
I don't even know what it means.
No, nobody does. It's because we're old.
Yeah, we are
Because we're old.
We are old.
Anyway, so I was feeling a bit nostalgic for a more simpler time. Shall
was a
we
simpler
say.
time. It was a better
simpler
time.
time. And I wanted to look at some things that happened in the 1990s.
So long ago.
The 90s.
Eons ago.
A time of possibly the best cartoon television,
Oh, yeah. I completely agree
the
with you.
best advertising.
Yes.
You know, all
So
sorts
many
of
good-
things.
Oh, my God.
Our childhoods, the 90s.
Media was on point.
It
then.
really was. It really was. I just also think we've aged out of a time where we can understand what the fuck is happening.
Well, that's true.
like that, there's a little bit of that too.
and
you
we
know.
have microplastics in our brain.
Yeah, whatever. That's
Whatever.
fine. I'm dealing
Somewhat.
with it.
Yeah. Every so often I shit a Lego brick and then it just all resets.
Ew, wow. Also, ow.
It's recycling.
It's recycling. So I found a case that I wanted to cover specifically for reasons that will become clear in a few
Ooh.
minutes, and specifically for you, Rachel.
For me.
You are gonna very much enjoy this.
Oh my God.
I think.
I love to enjoy things.
But before we get into that, as we always do, let's start with a little background.
Okay.
So I am talking about Douglas Scott Rogo. Douglas Scott Rogo was born in February 1950 in Los Angeles, California. And there doesn't honestly seem to be that much like notable
Okay.
shit. Like very average
Okay.
childhood growing
Nothing
up in
wrong
LA.
with average.
Yeah. Until the age of 16.
Okay.
When he begins researching psi phenomena.
What?
Okay, I'm surprised. So, some of you might be thinking, like Rachel, what the heck is psi phenomena? Psi phenomena are events that appear to contradict physical laws and land into the larger category of parapsychology.
Oh.
This includes things like telepathy, clairvoyance, precognition, psychokinesis, remote viewing, and out-of-body experiences.
Oh, see, all shit that I do like.
See, I'm like, this is perfect. This is exactly why I chose this for you. This is why I chose this for you. So in Rogo's teenage years, he started taking interest in like the study of parapsychology.
Yeah.
And he just starts researching this in his spare time.
Which so far, cool.
Yes. When the time came to go to college, Rogo attended the University of Cincinnati and California State University. He achieved a degree in the psychology of music before turning to parapsychology full-time. This is from, I got a ton of research from Encyclopedia.
Okay.
Say that 5 times fast.
No.
Okay, fair enough. So this is from Sci Encyclopedia. Quote, while still an undergraduate, he produced his first book on the topic of music sometimes heard by people who report out-of-body states and altered states of consciousness, thus linking his formal music studies with his extracurricular interest in parapsychology. A sequel was published 2 years later.
Interesting.
Yeah.
That sounds fascinating,
Yes,
honestly.
Yeah. So the book was originally called NAD, N-A-D, a study of unusual otherworld experiences. And then when there was like a second printing that was like a 2-parter, I think, that included the second chapter that got named something else.
Okay, publishing books. It's doing great.
You know what? He does a lot.
Oh,
he
dear.
does a lot. We'll go. He's a good guy. Should I tell you this? We
yes.
like him.
Okay.
We like
love him. Love him.
We
All right,
like
cool.
him.
'Cause so far, I'm like, I love this for you.
I know,
but
you're like,
hate-
should I like this or not?
At the
Is he
beginning, I'm
good?
always like, wow, he seems like a great egg. And then I'm disappointed.
Yeah, no. He is safe.
The next chapter, you're like, so he killed 84 people. I'm like, damn it.
No. He's safe. He's safe.
Okay, good.
Yeah. You can feel free to really like this guy.
Good, because I do. I love him.
So at this point, Rogo was off to the races as far as his career goes.
Yeah.
There was definitely an interest in the subject matter from many people. This was like the mid 60s, early to mid 60s, I want to say, and on. And I feel like there's this period from the 60s through the 90s that people started really getting into this,
Like spiritualism. Absolutely.
Yeah, in like a very
Hippy-dippy,
not mainstream
right,
sort of way.
Woo-woo, non-traditional.
Yeah,
Now we're
yeah.
speaking my language.
Yeah, because this also gives me very like X-Files.
I almost said X-Files earlier.
which was obviously in the 90s. I mean, that like
Yes.
carried over into that, and then it became weird.
It did.
Now, if you are actually serious about some of
Yeah.
that shit, it's like, yeah, but you're also like a red pill, like
Right.
person.
You got to be real.
You know what I mean?
careful.
Like there tends to be a little bit of crossover.
There's
there.
so much, and there's so much. Like
Mm-hmm.
even like going into like some of my woo-woo shit, some of my witchy shit. You got to be real careful with people
Yeah.
who are like, oh, I'm really into like Norse stuff. I'm like, okay.
Ooh, yeah.
Okay, like I see people with like runes tattooed, and I'm like,
Yikes.
oh, runes are really cool. So, what do you think if people have different skin colors?
Yeah.
to you? Let's start there.
I know. Ask the right question, everybody. Ask the right questions.
It's unfortunate.
So, but this is before that.
Right.
This is before that.
Yuck.
So in 1968, Rogo put together an experimental course in parapsychology at UCLA, which I am assuming
Wow.
was successful because after this, he received a grant from the Parapsychology Foundation to further his studies. In the early to mid 70s, Rogo took part in a 2-year experimental exploration of out-of-body experiences as a consultant out of the Psychical Research Foundation in Durham, North Carolina.
I'm living.
I know. I was literally writing this out.
This is amazing.
And I'm like, Rachel is going to love every fucking second
How
of
can I
this.
do this?
Can you go back to college for parapsychology?
Do I have to learn math?
I mean, probably. I did see some like diagrams and
Canceled.
things. Yeah. Never mind.
I can't.
At the same time, as he was working with the Psychical Research Foundation, he was working with the Maimonides Medical Center's Division of Parapsychology and Psychophysics, as well as the Southern California Society for Psychical Research.
Say that 5 times fast.
Dude, having to read the word psych and then something after
Cyclical
it,
and then
like 56
cyclical.
times in this episode. I'm like, just get the right word.
And there will be a quiz.
Yes. Psychical, parapsychology, psychophysics,
Psychosocial.
parapsychology, psi phenomena. Anyway.
Whoa. That's a lot of like PH.
Yes, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, I don't
that's
like
what I'm
that.
saying. So in total, Rogo authored 27 books and
Wow.
co-authored 3.
Whoa.
I did pick a few to tell you the titles of. There's a lot. So I just picked I grabbed the ones that I was like, ooh, this sounds interesting. So
Yeah.
here's a couple of the things that he wrote.
I'm ready.
The Welcoming Silence, a study of psychical phenomena and the survival of death.
Ooh.
The Haunted Universe, a psychic look at miracles, UFOs, and mysteries of nature.
Ooh. Pre-ordered. Adding to my Amazon wish list.
The Haunted House Handbook. ESP and Your Pet. Which you're like, I want that. I want to
Down.
ESP my pet.
Add to cart.
Leaving the Body, a complete
Bye.
guide to astral projection.
It just makes me think of the Muppets. Who's that girl Muppet? Hey, I just wanted to let you know that
Oh, yeah.
there's a
In the
lecture on astral projection at the college tomorrow.
Yeah.
So you mean you'll be there? Well, I just wanted to let you know I'll be there, but I'll be here too.
Yeah.
I forgot her name. I
forget
love
her name
that.
too. Yeah. The Infinite Boundary, a psychic look at spirit possession, madness, and multiple personality.
Whoa.
And then the two of them that I think are probably it seems to be what he's most well known for. One is called Phone Calls from the Dead. And one is called Earth's Secret Inhabitants.
I've heard of that book.
You're in the right circle.
Outta here. What?
Yeah. So he, like I said, he did 27, co-authored 3,
Wow.
30 in total. I will
you
also
like
say
your
a
body
lot
next
of these are now out of print, very
Yeah.
hard to find because they are mostly, like I said, from like the late 60s
I'll
into
find
the
'em.
mid to late 70s. So like,
I'm hunting them down.
and to be frank, there's a lot of things that have
Rachel.
probably changed.
Yeah, that's true.
And although, generally speaking, I would say these are not topics that I necessarily subscribe to.
Totally.
Like, it's not really
Not
something
for
that
everyone.
I think is something I want to deal with, we'll say.
That was very nice, Vicky.
Yeah, I am trying to be nice. I'm
Very proud of you. That was so nice.
It's not for me. There is something about Rogo that I truly appreciate.
I think it's just his commitment to it.
Well, one of his goals was to expose fraud in the parapsychology field.
Oh, cool.
So this is from Hub Pages, quote, he acknowledged the possibility that some psychic experiences were psychological in origin rather than supernatural. His friend and co-author Raymond Bayless said he only used scientific methods to determine what caused the phenomena. So
That's good.
I kind of appreciate that. It gives me a little like James Randi vibes. Do you know James Randi?
Yes.
If you don't know, he was much more like on the skeptic end of like full on
completely.
skeptic end of things. James Randi, if you don't know, he was a stage magician who went under the Amazing Randi. He made a career of investigating and disproving paranormal and pseudoscientific claims,
Kind of like
including
Houdini.
Yes, yeah. He exposed people like Peter Popoff and Uri Geller, like those kind of, you know what I mean? So it kind of gives me that vibes, except in the parapsychology.
Which is even cooler
Space.
because like he loves this stuff.
However,
But he wants to get down to the nitty gritty.
Well, that's the thing. Is like he also is like, no, this is still very much real.
Right.
But even someone being into that and still being like, but I recognize that there are people out here who be frauding, who are just straight up like
people be frauding.
Yeah.
Hoes be frauding.
straight up faking or whatever. Like I do respect that.
Yeah.
In a light, in a way. you know.
Absolutely.
I can always get on that when people's like, yeah,
Because you have to admit, like, if, for instance, I'm a big ghost believer. I joke around that there's a ghost in the house we record in every time we're here. But is Ghost Adventures real? No. You know what I mean? Like, it's like, because people are lying. Okay, early Ghost Adventures might be a little real, but now it's not.
Now it's not. Definitely not. Yeah,
I know what I mean? You can't be like, well, and I think all or nothing.
When you're talking about a field like psychics, right?
Yeah.
That does invite a certain amount of
absolutely
grifters.
Yeah.
You know, so I respect that.
Completely.
I respect that.
Yeah, we're on the same page with that. Absolutely.
Now, beyond his
it's real, though.
Parapsychology work, Rogo had an interest in medicine, and he worked as a medical volunteer and counselor, especially in the wake of AIDS sort of becoming...
Oh, wow.
It like moved into the public consciousness, and it kind of inspired him to start working with the medical field.
I really like this guy.
And he spent some time, you'll like him even more, he spent some time supporting the Wildlife Way Station in LA, which cares for injured and abandoned animals who have a natural habitat.
I don't want to hear the rest of your story. I have a bad feeling.
You can just see it coming down the pipeline.
It's because I'm psychic.
Oh my God.
I can see it.
Okay, right. So by 1990, Rogo was volunteering with an AIDS hotline and was working there on the morning of August 14th. He was then, he was there until noon before returning home. A neighbor reported seeing Rogo turn on his sprinklers at some point that afternoon.
Okay.
Reports say that the last person to see Rogo alive was a local bartender who witnessed him drinking with another man. One of Rogo's neighbors noticed that his sprinklers had been on and like running for a long time, like a weirdly long time. And so
conserve water.
They alerted police. Lieutenant L.A. Durer responded to the call and gained access to the home via a side door that had been left open. Upon entering the house, Rogo was found on the floor between the living room and the study.
Oh, man.
The cause of death was determined to be multiple stab wounds. Yeah. Further investigation revealed his wallet was empty and some items of value were taken. Notably, however, all of his like unpublished manuscripts and books, like the valuable book collection, were all accounted for. So they pretty much were like, we don't feel like this attack is related to his career in parapsychology.
Maybe the person like didn't know how valuable that was.
Yeah. Like they didn't think it was like some rival coming to like steal his work.
Which is what I was waiting for.
Yeah. No. Okay. They do not think it was connected to the parapsychology stuff.
Okay.
So it sort of seems like this random attack. The thing is, Rogo was known for sort of helping people who were down on their luck. And it is possible that he was like approached by one of them, or, you know, he was like trying to help somebody out and invited them into his home.
Oh, no.
Because it didn't seem like they had broken in. The side door was left open, but it didn't seem like it was a break-in.
Okay.
You know?
Oh, man.
So, although the crime aspect of this was pretty straightforward, like a man has an altercation at his home, the attacker steals valuables, leaves Rogo for dead. The investigation, of course, would not be business as usual because many of Rogo's friends and colleagues turned to psychics.
Oh, dear.
Who specialized in criminal investigation.
Okay.
Oh, boy. Okay, so again, from the Science Encyclopedia quote, the most successful was Armand Marcotte, who was contacted by Anne Druffel, co-author with Rogo of the Tahunga Canyon Contacts, holding items that had belonged to him, including his letter opener and the shirt he was last wearing. Marcotte described a struggle, money, two men, and a spontaneous murder, also offering leads as to where these people could be found. One detail was that the drinking glass should be rechecked by police for a fingerprint. This had proved at the time to be too smudged for suitable identification. However, a later analysis using improved forensic methods identified it as belonging to John Batista, a 29-year-old Hispanic
wrestler?
With a police record with whom Rogo had befriended 3 years earlier.
God damn it. Oh my God, psychics are real.
So the psychic was like, maybe double check that fingerprint, yo.
Batista bomb.
So soon after, police went and they tested his fingerprint. They linked it to John Batista. They went out, they arrested him for Rogo's murder. Now, Batista continuously denies committing this murder.
Okay.
Saying he had not been in the home on the night in question, raising the possibility that instead Rogo had left the glass out from like a prior visit.
Right.
He was not denying that he knew Rogo, that they
but
might
he was
have been
like,
friends.
I wasn't there that day.
Right.
Got it. And like, that's not impossible.
Yeah,
You know?
I agree. People who knew Rogo, however, said that he was, quote, somewhat obsessive about not leaving plates or glasses lying around, unquote. Batista was, like I said, he was charged, went through trial. He was convicted of second-degree murder in January 1992. But on appeal, Batista's conviction was overturned in 1996 when courts agreed that his claims of prosecutorial misconduct were valid. Now, I tried to I really wanted to find the appeals for this case because if you can win on a prosecutorial misconduct claim,
they never want to admit that they're wrong.
like it has to be, well, it's not them admitting that they're wrong. It's the courts finding that they did some wrong shit, right?
Yeah.
But like I do feel like it has to be some pretty major shit for the courts to not
because
just
everyone
like,
says that also.
Yeah.
Oh, it's crooked. It's crooked. It's like, but you did that though.
Right.
You know.
Right. Yeah. I was trying really hard to find the filing
Yeah,
because I
'cause that's
just am
interesting.
curious.
And it didn't exist.
I
wasn't coming up?
couldn't find it.
That's so annoying.
I know.
And you're good at finding stuff.
Yeah. Some of the court filings and stuff are. You
Like
have to do a
behind
little bit more
paywalls and
digging
shit?
than I had time to do.
Yeah.
If I'm being real.
Yeah.
But I did try to find it.
Call in. Tell us. Were you on the jury? Call in. 1-800-BAD-TASTE.
Yeah, sure. Try that. No other arrests have been made, and Rogo's murder remains an open matter.
Fuck.
Yeah.
God damn it.
I know. So, to honor his memory, in 1992, the Parapsychology Foundation created the D. Scott Rogo Award for Parapsychology Literature. The award was aimed at aiding authors working on manuscripts in the parapsychology field. There, of course, has been praise and skepticism of his work following his death.
Yeah.
With something like parapsychology, there are going to be people on either end of the aisle, as there are here today.
Literally on the other side of, of a desk.
Yeah. Most of the people in the like parapsychology communities see Rogo as the like foremost expert and the leading authority on the history of psychical research. There were people who were like, he literally wrote the books on this stuff.
Okay.
He knows more than anybody else. Like he was the grandfather of this field.
I love him.
But on the other side, the skeptic communities mostly see Rogo's work as advocating for pseudoscience and kind of sloppy. A lot of times they point out that there are many instances where he ignores naturalistic explanations in favor of psi phenomena. I also think when you're researching stuff like this, not just parapsychology, anything, right? Anything that you're trying to make your mind up about, right? If you believe in something,
it's hard to overcome personal bias.
Yes. Yeah. You're always going to have some sort of unconscious bias to try to like maybe
it's very human.
Push your research one way or the other.
Absolutely.
It just kind of is.
He's not the only guy in the whole world who's kind of like, hey, listen, but I do think this is real. No. You know?
Yeah. So unfortunately, his Rogo's death still remains unsolved. I should say still remains an open matter. But that is
whoever did it,
murder.
I hate them because I want to hang out with that guy. That guy sounds like he fucking rules.
I know. I stumbled on this and was like, oh my God.
I'm so depressed.
Rachel and him would have been best friends. Yeah.
That's the best.
Yeah.
Are there any of those like ideas that he was talking about that you're like, okay, that I do believe in a little bit? Or are you like, all of that's bullshit?
Let me go back up to the list that I gave.
Yeah,
look.
Top
of the thing.
Let's go through one by one. Bam, bam, bam.
No.
It's just all kind of Bologna.
Telepathy, no. Clairvoyance, not really. Precognition. The only thing that I could get on precognition would be like things of like feelings of like deja vu.
Yeah.
that is about as far as I go. I just
Yeah.
had one of those the other day, weirdly enough.
Isn't
But
that weird? I hate that feeling.
that as far as like full precognition,
Right.
No.
No.
Psychokinesis, definitely not. Remote viewing, absolutely not. Remote viewing is fucking wild.
Is
If
that
you
like
don't
the
know what it
Stranger
is,
Things?
it's sort of. Yeah, it's like sitting in one room and being able to view
Oh, yeah.
remotely out of your body
Right.
somebody else in another
Be super useful.
space. Yeah,
Boy, wouldn't that
yeah.
be delightful?
Out of body experiences, I think, are legit. They're probably the most legitimate
Yeah.
in that people talk about experiencing out of body experiences
right.
when they are,
But is
maybe
that a
having,
mystical thing, or is it your brain loading you up
Right,
with
that's my
endorphins
thing.
and giving you an exciting dream so you don't notice your legs have been chopped off?
Exactly. And I definitely
I'm with you on that one.
am like, those are brain signals.
Yeah. Right. Brains is weird.
So,
I think a lot of this can be boiled down to brains is weird.
not a lot of this is stuff
And
that
that's
I get on board with.
understandable. That's kind of what I figured. I was just interested because
Yeah,
there was such like a big like variety of concepts that I was like, I wonder if these are all kind of lumped together for her, or if you're
Yes.
like, actually, but this one is true.
No.
That's kind of what I
Definitely
thought
not.
you would say.
There are some things that I am like that with, but not this.
Understandable.
Definitely not this.
Love that.
Thanks.
So, murders of the 90s.
Yes.
Such a good topic.
Thank you.
I feel like whenever I think about like 90s murders, and I don't really know why, but it seems like maybe it's just because I was a kid then. It seems like all of these like big crimes that were on the news were so, I think of like over sensationalism.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Like
Yes.
total, like it was just what now I feel like there's such oversaturation of media. There's so much shit going on that it's kind of like one thing is big for 1 second and then we just kind of move on to the next one. Whereas back
Yeah.
then, it's like one case would be like weeks and weeks and weeks. Every time you turned on the TV, it was this one thing.
Yeah, I also
Does that make
feel
sense?
yeah, I feel like the 90s too was really like the sort of startup for the big interest in true crime.
Absolutely.
In general, you had things being broadcast 24 hours a day on national television, on core
Like
TV,
OJ. Yeah.
like the OJ car chase,
Yep.
like the LA riots,
Yeah.
like, things that were just like, we're going to tune in and watch this trial or that trial
Right.
because they're broadcasting it. That really was, obviously there has always been an interest, I think, generally from society.
But it
in
was so,
crime.
like,
But like, yeah, it became
accessible now.
Yes, a lot more accessible. Absolutely.
Because everyone had a
Absolutely.
TV.
Yeah.
You know,
yeah.
and it's like every single channel. I remember
Yeah.
turning on the TV all the time being like, OJ, OJ, OJ.
Yeah.
OJ.
Well, and I mean, news stations were getting incredible ratings because they just had cameras in the courtrooms,
Right.
helicopters following people around.
Jesus.
Yeah, it was, and you're absolutely right. It was a lot more sensational. Like it was
Very
a lot more,
sensational.
like gossip magazine type shit.
Yep. And
in
a lot of
actual-
very
mixed
unethical journalism practices.
Yeah, and it was like a lot of that mixed with actual journalism in a
Yes.
very weird, gross kind of way.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And the crime that I picked for today, it's an awful crime and the people involved are awful people, but I think it was even more over sensationalized because everyone involved was a teenager. You know what I mean? So it's like it turned it into this like huge firestorm when it's just like, I just think that was unnecessary.
Yeah.
You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yes.
Stupid.
Yeah. I'm also thinking about the 90s, like, God forbid you're not white, too, because that adds a whole other, like,
Absolutely.
it was not, I mean, it still is not, but,
Absolutely.
like, whew, lordy.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yup.
Yeah. I know. You fucking hate it here.
Absolutely.
Cool. Love it.
So today I am covering the murder of Adrienne Jones.
Okay.
So this was a big one. It wasn't one of the like, I guess like top 10 like crazy stories of the 90s, but this was like big for a minute, especially because it was this like teenage like story of passion and all of
geez.
this. You know, and what pisses me off is a lot of people who talk about this case call it a love triangle.
Okay.
But it's really not. It's really about two young
a
people.
biangle.
Yeah, who shouldn't have been together, whose emotions were bubbling up and all of their hormones and all of the there was no triangle.
Yeah.
They wish it was a fucking triangle.
Just a biangle.
Biangle.
Just a line.
Biangle. So today's testy teens are Diane Zamora and David Graham.
Okay.
So this starts about 1994 or 1995 when these two individuals went to high school. They both lived around an area in Texas called Crowley.
Okay.
So they went to different high schools, but they were like kind of in the same area.
Okay.
You know what I
Okay.
mean? So like
Kinda
not
like out
too
here.
far from each other.
Yeah.
Exactly.
It's kinda like where we live.
still like, we all know everybody that everyone went to school with. And it's kind of like, wait, did you go to that other school?
Yeah.
You went to the
Literally.
nice school, whereas we went to the
There are
terrible
people
school.
now. It's so funny. We just had this moment with some people, when some girls that I play volleyball with.
Oh, really?
Where two of them who we've played together for a couple years now. And out of nowhere, they realized they both went to Zion.
What?
Yeah. Where they're like, oh my God, that's why your face looks so familiar.
That's crazy.
And, this is some 30 years later. Like,
what?
Yeah.
That's weird.
I know. Isn't that funny? But yeah, it's like that kind of thing.
Yeah, completely. So like smallish town,
Yes.
in an area where everyone knows each other. This was, I mean, again, the 90s. There was all of the like articles and things that I was reading about this made the area seem very idyllic. They talk about like the green lawns and the cookie cutter houses. It seems to be not like a super wealthy area, but like a nice like middle area.
Yeah.
Everyone goes to barbecues, everyone goes to block parties,
Yeah.
everybody knows each other. And this is Texas. So
course.
everyone's really involved in
Man, we've been
like
in Texas
sports.
for a minute.
This ain't Texas. So yeah, we got to get out of Texas, man. Bad things happen in Texas.
Yeah. That's what it's starting to seem like.
Fucking Texas. We love you, Texas. No, we don't. So these two met at a Civil Air Patrol meeting, which is like for nerd kids.
I was gonna say, that sounds like some nerdy shit.
It's some nerd shit.
Yeah.
So Diane wanted to be an astronaut and David wanted to be, I think, like an airline pilot. So they were both in these nerdy societies in their schools, and they met when they took like a little field trip to the airport. Like, this is where the planes are. And they're like, oh,
This is a plane.
I'm not looking at those planes. I'm looking at that guy over there.
Oh, man.
Very interesting.
Okay.
So actually they met when they were a little bit younger, and then when they were in high school about 4 years later, and they were both honor students, big nerds, they began dating.
Okay.
So both of whoa, okay. It's okay, everyone. I'm just moving the table around. I almost died.
Sorry, I'm thinking about we are in the Midwest in the midst of winter, and there's a truck outside you
Yeah.
may or may not have heard that is plowing.
Yeah, if you
because
guys hear like loud noises,
literally every other day we're getting dumped on by
it's
fucking
been
snow.
horrible. We got like
Yeah.
5 inches earlier in the week, and then last night we got another 3 to 4.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah. Anyway,
Crazy
sorry.
town.
Continue.
Crazy town,
It's
USA.
explaining all the background noise.
This wasn't
Sorry,
happening
guys.
in Texas.
Definitely not.
Nice and warm, assholes. We're jealous of you. So this is kind of like a Texas little detail, because when I read this detail, I was like, did I misread this case? Because this seems like something that would happen many decades before. So they started dating when they were 14, right? They're 14 in high school.
Okay.
About a month after they started dating, they would tell their friends and family that they were engaged.
Oh.
And they had all of their plans, like they were going to go to college and they were going to go all of this. They had military plans because they obviously were really interested in airspace stuff. So they were like, after we graduate college, we'll get married. So they weren't planning to get married right away.
Yeah.
But to be 14 and be like, we're engaged is
yeah, that's kind of crazy.
okay. That's a
Yeah,
very
that's crazy.
60s thing.
Because I was even still well, they knew each other. It's not like they didn't know each other.
Right.
And they could have been sort of hanging out without.
I'm sure they were. I'm
But
sure
at
they were both in
14
fucking
is
mathletes and
yeah.
physics club and
At
space
14,
camp.
it's a little early to
That's
be
a lot.
this is my future husband.
And there is something in that, and it's, it's different because they're so young, but I always do feel, especially with when I see other adults, people my age, who it's oh, we've dated for a month, and now this is how we're going to spend the rest of our lives. I think it's like a control thing.
Yeah.
It's like you can't just take it as it goes. Oh,
Right.
we're just young, we're having fun, we're together. You know, I have plans, but let's just, it's like, no, we're going to do this, and then we're going to get married, and then we're going to have 2.5 children and a golden retriever. It's
Yeah.
like, girls, slow down. You
Yeah.
never know what's going to happen.
Right.
But because they're kids, it's kind of like, well, maybe it wasn't a control thing. It was a control thing.
Yeah, it was.
It was a control thing. So it's the two of them, right? The two of them together. But then there's another girl who enters the picture, as there often is.
Of course,
and-
at 14.
Right. There are all these other girls.
Yeah.
And this girl was the incomparable Adrienne Jones.
Okay.
Now, Adrienne Jones, we don't know her, but if we lived in Crowley, Texas at that town, we would have known her. Adrienne Jones was like the most popular girl, super, super popular. She ran cross-country track. She was an honor student, but unlike these two characters who were more kind of on the nerdy spectrum, she was like beautiful and popular and cool. Something that I thought was like really cute. Her poor mother, who is like continuing to suffer, which is really, really sad, said that everybody called her Bubble Butt because she had like a cute little ass.
Oh, geez.
And because she was so bubbly and like
Yeah.
pretty and everybody liked her.
Yeah,
She wasn't
yeah.
like popular bitch. Everybody liked her. She was super, super cool. And like you remember high school.
Yes.
The elite. She's in the
Yes.
elite. She's
Yeah.
the shining star of this high school.
Yeah.
What's kind of weird is Diane and our victim, Adrienne Jones, didn't like know each other, but they had been at like cross country meets and stuff together.
Okay.
So they probably knew like of each other, but it's just kind of weird to think of like them at meets together.
Gotcha.
It's like kind of awkward.
Gotcha.
So the two went to different high schools, but Adrienne Jones went to school with the boy, with David Graham.
Okay.
So they like kind of knew each other, but Graham was, you know, in the world of teenage boy of like, we're really close. Were they really close? Probably not. I can't really see a world where they would have been like little besties.
Yeah.
I don't think so. I
Yeah.
think he was full of baloney.
Yeah.
So she's in the picture, but not really yet. Okay.
Okay.
So the relationship between these two teenagers was, on the outside, everyone thought it was very good, but then people, as it goes, the closer you get in their inner circle, there were a lot of control issues. And again, I think people try to write stuff like this off because they're so young. But it's
Right.
like, you got to pay attention to the, like, where are you going?
Yeah.
When are you going to be back?
Yeah.
Like, calm the fuck down. There was a lot of that.
Yeah.
They both had, kind of in different ways, they both had pretty tumultuous childhoods. They both had some of those like crazy childhood formative events where I think
Right.
people probably should have been paying attention to them a little more.
Yeah.
But instead of that, they were like, no, it'll be okay. We'll just pour all of our frustration
Yeah.
into getting all A's, and
Yeah.
then nothing bad will happen.
We'll grow out of it.
And
They'll grow out of it. I
Right.
feel like that was
Right.
kind of the view. Like, this is just a phase.
And it's like if you get good grades and stuff, people don't pay attention.
Yeah.
To the
Yeah.
to the bad stuff. People
Yes.
should have been paying attention to the bad
absolutely.
stuff. There was a lot of
Absolutely.
like temper shit that I don't know.
Yeah.
So the first big sign of Trouble in Paradise happened on November 4th, 1995. The two, Diane and David, met together. They were like, okay, everything's cool. And then David's like, hey, so I kind of have something to tell you. Something bad kind of happened.
Oh, God.
So here's the thing. I was at like a track meet. I was just at the track meet, you know, tracking. And beautiful girl, Adrienne Jones, needed a ride home. So I gave her a ride home, and then somehow I ended up putting my wiener in her.
Oh, geez.
Oopsie daisy. My bad.
Yeah.
You know, and then I drove her home. So I've cheated on you, unfortunately. And Diane was like, no worries. Just kidding. She went fucking ballistic.
I mean, yeah.
Which, like, fair enough.
Yeah.
Very fair enough. And
Yeah.
one of the big problems in their relationship is she seemed to be very insecure and was always questioning him about other girls.
Yeah.
And he was like, baby, no, I would never do that.
Baby, no.
And then he was like, actually, baby, yes, I
Yeah.
did fucking do that. So it's like, hello. So it's like, this is her biggest fear.
Yeah.
So I understand, you know, listeners, some of us have been cheated on, right? It's a bad feeling. It's a bad feeling to be cheated on. But she began when he told her this, because he was like, I think over at her house, I think they were doing like SAT studies, which bad time
I know
to
this
tell
might
her.
not be a great time.
He's
but
like, did you do chapter 9 anyway? I've been clapping
by the
cheeks
way, I've
that are
been
not
meaning
yours.
to tell you. This question about how fast until the trains hit really had me thinking.
The trains are hitting now. Kaboom. She fell to the floor and started smacking her head into the floor, screaming, "Kill her! Kill her!" Smack, smack, smack.
Oh,
That's a bad reaction.
Yikes. Yeah, that's like a big.
That's a big, and like to hit your
red
own
flag.
head. Like, listen, I'm not advocating for violence, but if he had been like, I cheated on you and she would have punched him in the face, I
Fair.
wouldn't be like, you're crazy. I would
Yeah,
be
no.
like, that kind of makes sense.
That's an appropriate
That's
reaction.
valid, to be honest.
Yeah, yeah.
But hitting your own head, like that's some like deep psychological crazy stuff.
Yeah.
So right away, she starts trying to figure out if this is true, because I think she was doing that young girl thing of like he didn't do
denial.
that. Yeah,
Yeah.
he didn't do that. But she was like, oh my God, no worries. I'm just going to talk to Adrian.
Yeah.
And that was kind of tricky because she was a big old nerd and Adrian was not a big old nerd.
Right.
So it was just kind of like a whole thing where she's trying to call her. She's trying to get to the truth. David's kind of trying to steer her away,
Yeah.
talking about like we have all this future together. But
Yikes.
so he was obviously, as you do when you do wrong, was like, baby, we can move past this. And she was like, no, we can, but we just have to do something first.
Oh, God.
2 of us can move past it. The 3 of us cannot. So here's what we're going to do.
Maybe I've never been this mad. Never been this mad at somebody.
For real.
Oh,
it's like, and it's like, ooh, whatever.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Yeah.
So they came up with a little bit of a plan. So on the night of December 3rd, 1995, David called Adrian and was like, hey, we're just kind of going to go hang out. Why don't we all, I'll drive and we'll go to this local lake, which is Joe Pool Lake. I don't really know how he got her out there. Seems kind of
Yeah.
weird. I don't know. I'm guessing he was like, there's going to be other people around.
Right.
And that's the thing is like, we only have those 2 who were there.
Right.
So it's like, what did he say?
How
Like,
much of this is true?
I almost wonder if he was like, I have weed. You
Yeah,
know, I'm thinking about like, how would nerd boy get popular girl to go out to lake?
Well,
Possibly with weed.
Here's the thing.
Or shooters.
Is
Or money.
because they had already had sex, I feel like it probably would not have been as hard to sell
Au contraire, Victoria.
as you think.
Au contraire, girl.
What?
We're about to get there.
Okay.
Don't even worry about it.
Okay.
So like, that's the thing is assuming that they did have sex, you would think, actually, why don't you come over to Joe Pool Lake and I'm going to Google your Geschmorgen.
Right.
Right?
Yeah.
But if that hadn't happened, it might have been harder to get her out there, which is why I'm kind of wondering, how did he get her out there? Let's continue.
Okay.
So he's calling her and is like, yep, I'm going to drive you there. Meanwhile, Diane's in the hatchback.
Oh, that's
Hiding
weird.
in the
So
hatchback.
weird.
So he went and got her. They all arrived at a spot by the lake. It was really early in the morning, past midnight. So again, this is kind of why I'm assuming like maybe it was kind of like a drugs thing, like a
Yeah.
weed thing,
Yeah.
because it's like this is very early in the morning for
Right.
shenanigans.
Yeah.
So Graham stopped the car and they were like, okay, let's get out. And all of a sudden Diane emerges from the hatchback and is like,
Surprise!
hey, quick non-loaded question. Did you have sex with him?
Yeah.
Did you have sex with him? And apparently she said, I did, but I've been feeling really guilty about it because I know like you 2 are together. She's like, girl, I didn't even enjoy it because I've been feeling like shit. I feel really bad.
Okay.
This was not the right thing to say. And Diane became
So do you still think they had sex or no?
No.
Okay.
no. And this
Okay.
will come up more later. There are later confessions
Okay.
along with everyone that Adrienne knows being like, she would not have sex with this boy.
I mean,
There's actually no fucking way. I just don't think that it happened at all.
Listen.
I think that
People make choices in their lives sometimes.
they
that
sure
are
do.
not the
And it's not impossible.
most-
But this guy lies about everything.
Okay.
Everything. And
I'll
he's
wait.
this little fucking nerd boy.
Okay, I'll hang out and save my.
After the podcast,
decisions
I'll
for-
show you pictures of
Okay.
both of them and you will understand.
Okay.
She was so beautiful, gorgeous. She was not slobbing no nerd knob.
I mean,
She was not. She was not.
It's a little stereotypical, Rachel.
Yeah, it is, but it's also just kind of like call a duck a duck. She had eyeballs that worked.
We'll see. We'll see.
She had, I don't know what to tell you.
Maybe that she was into that. You don't want to yuck no one's yum.
Yes, I do.
I know you do, but I don't.
I love to yuck yums.
No.
I love it. So she did not appreciate this confession, Diane. And in the struggle, she pulled out a dumbbell weight that she happened to have in the car and hit Jones in the head with it.
Ooh.
Later, when they found her body, this is really gross and I apologize. Later, when they found her body, they said her head was caved in like a pumpkin.
Yeah.
Like, that's how hard that she hit her. And this was the girl hitting her. So she was fighting back. She was trying really hard, but obviously get hit in the head. What are you going to do? So there by the lake, there was kind of like a fieldy area by the lake. Once she got hit, she was still able to try to run away.
Yeah.
But as she ran, she only got a couple of feet before David pulled out a 9mm handgun and shot her in the face.
Fuck. Oh,
She fell down.
Fuck.
Shot her right in the head.
Ooh.
According to Diana's confession, he then turned to her and said, "I love you, baby. Do you believe me now?"
Whoa.
Bum, bum, bum. So they were both really freaked out.
Right.
Obviously really freaked out.
Right.
We're like, they left her where she was and we're like, let's just get rid of our bloody clothes and go home. Like, let's just go home. And you would think, like, okay, when you're a teenager, things happen. You get into fights and things happen. I've seen many, many cases where I'm like, I don't think they meant to do that. This was just a fight that went wrong.
Yeah.
But like, you were holding a dumbbell, girl.
Yeah.
Put that down.
Yeah.
What are you going to do? You're going to start curling? Be like, I'm so strong.
Right.
I'm so strong. Put that down. Unlike people who are remorseful, this girl went home. She like cleaned the car, cleaned her clothes, like cleaned all up, like, okay, dispose of evidence. Then she wrote in her like daily like little calendar, her planner, Adrienne, 1:38 a.m.
Oh my God. What the fuck?
Stupid idiot.
I always say you don't write this shit down.
Yeah.
But she literally is like name, time,
and like,
day.
that's the thing is like,
What the fuck?
teenagers get caught for crimes with that kind of stuff. They don't think about that kind of stuff.
Oh, yeah.
So it's not even
Dude,
to
adults
me,
do too,
Well,
though.
they do, but like
Adults
it's
do
almost
too.
always like teenagers will plan stuff so meticulously because they're
Yeah.
so imaginative.
Yeah.
But they get caught up by like little things like that.
Yes.
But to me, it's so that's not even surprising to me, the carelessness. It's just the callousness. Like, if you're scared and you're like, I'm going to clean all my clothes and I'm going to scrub the blood out from under my fingernails and I just want to forget that this ever happened. But then you're recording it like you're proud of yourself.
Right.
Girly
Right.
pop. Girly pop.
Yeah.
I don't think so.
Yeah.
So then it was like, I don't know, was it the next day? Yeah, it was the next day because this was a pretty popular lake. Adrienne Jones's body was discovered. Initially, they didn't realize that it was her, but she was pretty quickly identified because everybody knew who she was.
Yeah.
And it was also very unusual for her to like be missing.
Yeah.
Like, her mom was like raising shit everywhere because she was missing. So right away, and this is where kind of the sexual assault thing comes into play, because it's kind of dark that they automatically were like, do a rape kit immediately.
Yeah.
Because she is this beautiful like 16-year-old girl who's been so they're obviously assuming that it's adults who've done this to her. Somebody tricked her.
Right.
And somebody is obviously doing this for a sexual purpose because she's like a blonde cheerleader. So
Yeah.
it's like, well, yeah.
Yeah.
But there was no evidence of sexual assault.
Okay.
So they were like, okay, this becomes a little trickier.
Okay.
Something in one of the articles that I thought was really interesting was they were like, it's harder to find, like, to narrow down suspects with teenagers because they go to school with 300 people every day.
Yeah.
I was like, I guess that's true. They have more acquaintances than adults do typically.
Yeah.
Isn't that interesting? I like never really thought about it like
they
that.
come into, like, evidence-wise, they come into contact with.
Yeah.
So, you know, if there's a hair or like on some, and
you
they
got
were
that
at
at
school
gym
that
class
day,
or in the cafeteria.
Right.
Totally.
Yeah.
So I appreciate that they were like, oh,
Yeah.
okay, now we got to figure out like who would kill this very popular, nice young girl.
Right.
Part of the evidence that they discovered that was surprising was partly that the shot, they discovered that her shot to the head was so close. There was also, they discovered a second shot that was clearly from the killer standing above her, like as she was down on the ground. So someone had come and finished the job. So they were like, they obviously wanted like to kill her.
Right.
Like this murder was the object as opposed to like theft or rape or whatever.
Yeah.
So these two, Graham and Zamora, were just like, okay, we're just gonna like go on with our lives. And it doesn't even seem like they were really together anymore after that. Like such an act of like passionate love. And then they're like, well, anyway, he's like, so I'm gonna go to Colorado Springs to go to the Air Force Academy. And she's like, okay, well, I'm going to Maryland to go to the Naval Academy.
I love how after this she's like, yeah, that's fine. Go to a completely different. You cheated on me and then we murdered somebody together. I'm totally cool with you being states away.
That's the thing that's so unusual. I'm like, they must have been like, well, anyway, I feel awkward when I see you, so let's never speak again.
Oh, weird.
But they would have to.
Of course.
So
they're engaged.
Fucking God.
Right? They're still engaged, right?
She's like, so I know it's really awkward, but are you thinking champagne or like what?
Are we still getting married?
Blush or bashful for the bridesmaids dresses? Like, what do you think? So as much as like I feel like she was almost the main aggressor, she was the one to crack, which kind of surprises me. But to be honest, it's like, this is a girl who's lived in Texas her whole life, you know, and then she moves to Maine. It's this, I think that like going to college, as much as we see it as like celebratory, I think for a lot of young people, it can be very destabilizing.
Yes.
Especially if you're not doing well already.
Yes.
Or if you have like, say, a horrible bloody secret that you've been holding in.
Yes,
you know?
absolutely.
So
college is a fucking whole other world when you go away.
That's why I didn't go.
It's dude, it's crazy. It's crazy. Yeah. Yep.
So she ended up confessing to her two roommates. It was like, oh, I actually have done some bad things. And her roommates, thankfully, were like, so we're calling the
good.
police.
Okay, good.
We're
good,
calling
good,
the
good.
police. I'm like, this is not the time to like
gut reaction.
Do blood brothers and make a secret. No.
No, that is the the appropriate reaction.
There's like, it took a lot for me to get into this Naval Academy. I'm not fucking it up by hanging out with this.
Oh yeah, that's true. It's not even a normal college. It's
and
a Naval
does say they contacted the authorities at the academy, not like the police. So, but I mean, it's pretty much like the police are there,
right?
You know, because it's like military people.
Literally,
so they probably walked up to the scariest looking military guy and were like, "Could you help us?
Yeah,
this girl's fucking crazy."
Yeah.
So then they were both arrested. They obviously knew the boy was involved, so they took him from his college and they were arrested both for the charge of capital murder.
Okay.
David ended up being their interrogations were long. I wish there were tapes of them. I would like to look at them.
Yeah.
But he was interrogated for like 30 hours.
Wow.
And initially he was like, no, I didn't do any of that. And then he was like, just kidding. Actually, I did. Because they were like, we have literally so much evidence. We have so much evidence, you stupid idiot. He was like, I did that. So they both ended up confessing during the interrogation. And a lot of their story did sync up.
Yeah.
It just kind of, as we've seen many, many times before, came to a, no, she did it. No, he did it. No, it was his idea. No, it was her idea. His thing was that, because they both ended up eventually recanting. And then he would say that he didn't kill her, like that he wasn't even there, which is so stupid because they knew he drove his car, but that she had called him after she had killed her all by herself with his gun, shut up, and was like, help me. And so he helped her, right? And then she claimed that he committed the murder by himself. And it was just this whole thing. So they were both just like at each other, like,
they're
I wasn't
trying
even
to like
there.
Point the finger.
That's like the whole case.
Sure.
So this case in the 90s went insane because they were both like 15 years old when this murder happened. This was a super, super violent murder.
Yeah.
So this was huge. The like coverage around this, I'll link, like I found a couple of videos of them like chasing them around the courthouse and shit, is nuts. It was an absolute circus. So big circus.
Yeah.
So real quick, going back to the thing that I kind of danced around earlier about, did he have sex with her or did he not?
Right.
The police's official opinion is that he made it up.
Okay.
So this is what the police think. So in the interrogation, and this is where it gets complicated because even into like the late 2000s, they were both like making appeals and then coming out and saying, making up more stories. You know what I mean? Like, oh no, actually I wasn't even there. Oh no, I lied about this, but this other thing. They've both been like very, very annoying in the press. So he's come out and said, no, I did. And then said, no, I didn't. And then said, no, I did. But the police are like, no, there's no way. He did not tap that. He lied about it.
Based on what?
Based on, I mean, I guess what they think. Because I don't think that he admitted to making it up initially. Okay. I think that they just were kind of like, I do not think that.
They just think he lies about everything. Yeah. And that's kind of why
and
like,
it was also like they interrogated like the whole school. And all of them were like, she didn't even talk to him. Yeah. Why would he have driven her home? She had like a boyfriend with a car. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it was like, why would she have been like, oh, you're going to drive me home? Like, as opposed to anybody else. Like, it just didn't make sense. Yeah. There was also they searched the car. There was no evidence that she had ever been in like the back seat of his car. You know, there was no evidence for it and they didn't believe him. Okay. So they're like, he made it up. I also believe that he made it up. My thought is that because he in the relationship seemed a lot more passive. And Diane seemed a lot more...
wanted to make her jealous or something?
I think that he wanted her to break up with him. Oh! I think he was like, I'm going to pick the hottest girl that I can
oh my God.
To make her mad.
Well, I mean, success.
Correct.
He did do that.
You did do that. You did that, though.
And she did get upset. Oh my God.
Yeah, and he's gone back and forth a bunch of times. And a lot of the things that he said since, I'm just like, you're fucking lying. Okay. I don't believe you. I don't believe you, girl. So they were both, obviously, a big part of this is like, do we or do we not pursue death penalty? Mm-hmm. The reason that they did not pursue the death penalty is 100% because Adrienne's mother, Linda Jones, asked them not to.
Really?
Yeah, which is like...
Yeah, because there's like literally no other way you can get out. They love a death penalty in Texas.
They sure do. Oh,
they really do.
Texas. Yes, they really do. They're taken behind the courthouse and hang them, you know? Mm-hmm. But she was like, no. Wow. She was like, Adrienne wouldn't have wanted that. Adrienne was a very loving and kind girl, and she wouldn't have wanted that. Okay. A big part of the trial was obviously trying to figure out who was the aggressor and who kind of went along with it. This was also huge on Court TV. This provided Court TV with some of its highest ratings ever because it like officially like covered the trial. Wow. Which was pretty cool. So on February 17th, 1998, after 6 hours of deliberations took 2 days. So 6 hours over 2 days. The jury found Diane Zamora guilty of capital murder. Okay. Since they couldn't do the death penalty, she received a mandatory sentence of life imprisonment with an eligibility for parole after 40 years. Okay. David, on July 24th, 1998, so like just a couple of months later, and they did have separate trials, he was also found guilty of capital murder. Okay. This is when the final little detail comes out. I actually forgot about this, that we're talking about, like, did he have sex with her? Did he not? That part of his trial was, what's the word? They came there and spoke about it. Evidence from the track teacher who was there and like people who were at the track meet who was like, he did not drive her home. Okay. Somebody else.
Witnesses? Yeah. Is that the word you're looking for?
Yes.
Okay.
I couldn't think of the word.
I was trying to think what you were getting at. Okay, witnesses. Gotcha.
They're like, no, he didn't drive her home. Like, somebody else drove her home. Yeah. Like, she was at my house, you know, like very, very big. So they were like, fuck you. So he was sentenced to life in prison. Mm-hmm. So they still, what's the latest thing? So there was a whole petition made in like 2005 where Diane's people are saying that there was all of this, like, what was the thing from earlier? The like tampering.
Prosecutorial misconduct?
Yep. And they were like, well, you guys knew that he didn't have sex with Adrienne and you withheld that. So that's like a big, and they were just like, shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
So that was like kind of a lengthy thing that ended up in nothing.
Okay.
They're both still in jail.
Okay.
And they suck.
Good.
And I hate them.
Yeah.
She got married and divorced in jail, not to him.
Okay.
But to like somebody else who was in the same jail who they
Sure.
had never met in person because they're separate wards.
Right.
So they wrote letters to each
course,
other.
of
So
course.
they got married in 2003 and got divorced in 2008.
Okay.
They've since done a lot of really annoying like Dateline interviews where like every so often they'll come and be like, I want to take a polygraph, and then they fail the polygraph.
Of course.
And
Of
then
course
they go back
do.
to jail. Like it's just kind of like annoying.
Yeah.
They're just kind of annoying, but they're in jail being annoying.
Oh man, not again.
Yeah, they're like,
I failed
what?
again.
I lied.
One of these
you
times
gotta tell
I'll
the truth
pass.
on these.
Oh my
no
God.
way. Adrienne Jones is remembered as a beautiful, popular, shining star whose life was cut short for no fucking reason, based on what I believe and the police believe was a lie. And yeah, don't be in toxic relationships in Texas in the 90s.
Yeah. Don't go back in time.
Don't do it.
I don't have to tell you things are bad. Everybody knows things are bad. It's a depression. Everybody's out of work or scared of losing their job. The dollar buys a nickel's worth. Banks are going bust.
All right, folks, that has been our show.
Yeah.
Happy to be here.
Happy
to be here with you.
With you.
Not excited to go back outside.
It's so cold outside.
Snowy. Anyway, do you have any final thoughts before we wrap up?
I wish I was in Texas for the weather.
No. There's not even that. I'm sorry. There's literally nothing.
And they have like a polar vortex and stuff too, don't they?
well, North Texas gets like cold.
Ugh.
Yeah, but they don't have the infrastructure to handle it.
Yeah, I know that. That's another
Anyway,
podcast.
yeah. If you enjoyed this episode, you can find more just like this at badtastepodcast.com. Our sound and editing is by Tiff Fullman. Our music is by Jason Zakshevsky, the Enigma. Woo! This has been the Bad Taste Crime Podcast. We will see you in 2 weeks. Goodbye.
Bye-bye.
Their bodies on the hillsides along the highway. It was as if a wave of evil washed over this town.
We are all evil in some form or another.
That was a good one.
Thank you. You should just take your cap off of that and leave it off.
I just keep getting nervous that I'm going to knock it over.
You're not going to knock it over. Leave your cap off.
You're right. Sorry, I don't want to make too much noise.
It's okay. I do these things to make your life easier.
Thank you, baby.
And my life easier.
I love you.
You're probably so annoyed by me by the time you go home.
I'm not. I'm not.
Would you even tell me if you were? Probably not.
I'm not.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
I love you, Mickey.